Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Looking for Warriors, and I want to talk about my experience with teaching my kids during COVID. We're all at home, and I'm at home. I'm working full time, but I'm working from home. Now, I'm lucky to have a little home office, which is very lucky. But one thing I promised myself is that I would not waste this time. While I was here, I was going to teach my kids. I was going to show them some stuff. And my issue with what they're learning in school is they don't get to choose. They don't get to choose what they're learning, which is a problem. Plus, I feel like a lot of stuff like algebra, a lot of history, maybe geography is a little bit useful, but how much did you use trigonometry? How much are you, if you're an adult watching this, how much are you using trigonometry in your own life today? How useful is it to you? Now, I made a list. Very first thing I did was make a list, and I'll put the list in the description box so you can see it for yourself. But I made a list of what I think is the things that kids need to learn, the things that are useful to them. And one of those things was typing, simple act of typing. Now, you can make the argument, and it could be a good argument, that we'll speak to our computers in the future. We won't type. But the one skill that I learned when I was a teenager, I guess it was like 16, I learned to type. And it's the one skill that I've used pretty much every day, or certainly every day that I've worked afterwards. Since then, I've used it every single day, that typing skill. And so it's just a very useful thing to learn. Touch typing, proper touch typing, fast. Really important. If you want to do programming, if you want to be a designer, if you want to type letters, if you want to run a business, I think you need to know how to type. It also helps if you want to write. It also helps if you want to thinking. It helps your thinking. If you can type out your thinking, put it down on paper. Writing is useful as well, but typing is, I'm so much faster typing than I am writing. I get ideas down much quicker. So typing, number one, typing was my number one thing that I thought was the most useful thing that I learned, which I didn't learn in school, obviously. Although there was a computer room in school and I spent a lot of time in the computer room, I didn't learn typing, not formally. Now, if you're watching this and you're like a dad or a mom and you want to teach your kids how to type, it's easy and it's free. Typingtutor.com, they go through it, they learn how to type, they learn how to touch type properly. It's really good. No, sorry, Typing Club. I'll put it in the description. I think it's called Typing Club online or something like that. I can't really remember. But find out what it is. It's free. I think it's a paid version, a free version. But the free version's great. I don't know, maybe you watch a few ads or something. I don't know why it's free. But I think there is a free version and a paid version. Maybe it just says where you are. I don't know. But the free version is great. As far as I'm concerned, the free version has everything in it that you need. It's just typing. Second, and I'm not going to, I'm just going to have this one about typing. Typing is really useful. And what I want to talk about next time is I want to talk about reading. Reading is so important. It's not taught well in school. I didn't learn to read well in school. If your kids are going to read well, the only way to do it is read to them from a really, really young age. But anyway, I won't get into that now. I'll talk about it next time. But reading for me is the second skill, really important skill. I have about 10 or 15 of them. I'm actually going to go through one a day. So today's just been about typing. So it's Alan here from Looking for Warriors. And what this channel is about, what this site is about, is my experience of teaching my kids at home and me deciding what is useful for them to learn. Now, one other thing, I'll just throw this in really quickly. It's really important that they learn what they choose to learn. But just like the Montessori method, you have to give them some options. Because they're not just going to decide on something. You have to give them some options. If you don't give them options, they're going to play Fortnite. They're going to just play Fortnite all day, which is fine. I think Fortnite is useful. If you want to play computer games and all, that's useful. Hand-eye coordination, communicating with friends, which they do, and also just there's a certain kind of they learn a certain kind of I think just they learn how to interact with other people, which is really useful. But you don't need them. You don't want them playing don't want them playing Fortnite all day. It's not, you know, they need to learn to focus. They will focus on Fortnite. Anyway, let's finish this video. So this has been Alan here from the Pro Warriors, and this is my experience. The first thing I think that is useful for kids to learn, typing.